They told me for years there was no money in podcasting. Well, they were all wrong.
So that's going to be very exciting. But let's talk some comics. So I myself and an anime noob. Like I am what I call a fan of American anime, meaning like I grew up on Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and nowadays I watch Naruto. I watch a lot of Naruto. I'm almost done with like the whole series, and yeah, I gotta get into Shippuden. But what is your favorite anime of all time?
Oh man, I am very much a Gundam nut. So anything Gundam, I'm for. Probably if I had to watch one Gundam, I'd probably say Gundam Zeta.
No idea.
So
Never heard of it.
Gundam just as a franchise has been around for over 40 years,
Okay.
and it's mecha robots in space fighting over stuff. It's a war anime, and it's just a big franchise. It's like a stable in anime. But yeah, I like Naruto too, and Boruto. I just can't watch Boruto.
No, that sounds like a stretch. I mean, like I remember, like in high school, like Naruto was like pretty big, and I was like, Naruto, fucking nerds.
And then One Piece is great. One Piece is always good.
I'm gonna get around to One Piece, but like when it came to Naruto, I was like, I started watching it. Okay, like what is this? How good can it really be? I'm like, I was missing out all these years. It's incredible. It's so good.
It's funny because I got to do the voice actor Shikamaru.
Really?
The voice actor of, and the voice actor of Choji has been on.
Shikamaru is one of my favorite characters. That guy's like, what a drag.
This is such a drag that we have to go stop the enemy.
Man, I don't even want to take part in these stupid tuning exams. Man, this is such a drag.
God damn it! Why did I have to wake up? I like how he's tasked. They're in the middle of the tuning exams. He's tasked, and Kakashi's like, "I need you to do this now." And like Shikamaru's like, "What a drag!" And like, oh, it's great. It's great. He's like the greatest character ever. Because it's not that he's lazy. He just uses his smarts instead.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm too smart for this. He's like, I'm playing chess, 40 chess. You all playing checkers. Like, get out of here.
I like the fact that in the middle of the tuning exam, he's like, I give up. Like,
he's like, I quit. I'm done. And he's the only one who passed. He's the only one who passed.
It was great. He's like, he had to fight 3 people, and then one of them gets killed. It's that entire arc from the tuning exam to when they go after Sasuke is the greatest arc in Naruto ever, because it's so perfect what they've done. And Jiraiya is in the middle of it. Oh, it's brilliant.
I'm like 3 seasons. After Naruto and Sasuke fight, it's just Sasuke gets and runs away. It's all fluff until you hit Shippuden. So I'm just like trying to get through the fluff, and it's just so hard.
But there's some fun episodes. There's some
really good ones. Like I just finished the series where they go to like the water islands, and like that other lady was just like formerly with Orochimaru, and she was like, she got a little more of her backstory. I was like, that's interesting. Give me canon, all right? Don't give me this fluff of like Guy Lee and Rock Lee got cloned by these 2 dumbasses, and they go into the Elite Village. You know what I mean?
I love that episode. I love that episode because it's so ridiculous. And they're like,
so ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. And anyone who's not an anime fan, I'm sorry. You can just fast forward 5 minutes or whatever. So, so if someone's just getting into anime, just started, like, okay, Andrew, I hear all about this anime. Where do I start? What is like the baseline? If you want to get into anime, you need to watch these 3 shows or movies.
Right now, I think the show to watch is Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
And the reason why is it's the Netflix stuff is coming out.
Yep.
And I think it makes a lot of sense for people to say, is if you're going to watch an anime that everybody's going to want to talk about, and anime fans and non-anime fans are going to talk about, it's Cowboy Bebop. Because that's coming out, I think, in November, and so that's the anime to watch right now. I wouldn't call it the baseline, but if you want to be part of a crowd of both anime fans and people who are not anime fans, that's your anime to watch. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more intellectual, a show like 91 Days is very interesting, where legitimately the show takes place in 91 days, and it's 14 or 15 episodes, and it's about a guy whose family was wiped out by a gang feud and a gang disagreement, disappears for 7 years, comes back, and is exacting revenge on the family over 91 days. And every episode, there is no wasted motion. And it is a brilliant, brilliant show. And then there's another show called Odd Taxi that just came out. That's probably similar to that. It is brilliant, and you are not going to know what happens. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but when you watch it and you get to episode 12, you are going to be completely dumbfounded, and you're going to realize this is one of the most brilliant stories that has ever been told. Not ever been told, but one of the most brilliant stories in the last 20 to 25 years. It's that good, and it is perfect storytelling, and it will change the way you think about stories, because you think you are watching one show, and in episode 12, you realize you're watching a whole different show. And both of those things can be watched for free right now on Crunchyroll. For those who want to watch it for free. I don't have any affiliate links you're going to watch with ads, but they can be watched for free. So it's very cool.
I'll also throw in the movie Akira. I remember the first time I saw Akira, and, you know, like, my friends are big anime nerds. Like, well, you have to watch this movie. So he sat down and watched it. It's a 1988 film. It's a little old, but it still holds up. It's absolutely insane. All I'm going to say about it, the phrase, well, that escalated quickly, is just that for the whole movie. It just escalates so quickly.
If you're going to watch it, you should read the manga as well.
Yeah, that as well.
The manga,
read the book as well. Yeah, the manga, excuse me.
The book is unbelievable, and it's better than anything you could possibly. The movie was great. The book puts the movie to shame. It's all six of them, and then also Joshua Seth was on it, and he plays one of the characters. I think he plays Tetsuro.
Yeah.
In that, so
and like,
it's amazing. I know all this stuff, and it's phenomenal. Akira is a great movie, though. If you haven't seen it, buy it.
So what got you into anime?
Oh man, it was just on every night on Toonami.
Okay.
And the shows look cool. Like, you're watching DBZ, and then, well, the next show looks cool too. And then you're watching this show, and then, you know, all of a sudden you're watching everything. And then Saturday morning Toonami was on. You're like, oh man, it's 9 o'clock and this is on. Cool. I shouldn't be watching this. And that's how it turned out. Because you're from my generation. The stuff that was on in our generation, and I feel bad for kids growing up now, everything that was not supposed to be on was on at like 5 or 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And like Outlaw Star had pretty much nudity covered by like bricks that were sort of see-through, and it was on regular television. It's great. And I turned out fine.
Like, anime itself is just one of the weirdest forms of like art in TV. So what is it specifically that you love about it that you can't get enough of? Because, like, for me, it's definitely the fighting scenes. It's whenever two guys fight, it's just like, this is the craziest thing ever. And sometimes the stories, but I'm not gonna lie, I could go without the gasps. It's the those little noises drive me crazy. Or like the long fades over someone's eyes, and it's like the themes of friendship endures all. Like, so that shit just annoys the hell out of me. So what is it for you? It's like, oh my God, I can't get enough. Like, what about the technical aspect of anime?
You know what it is? I just like the stories, and I like the fact that it's sort of action paced. And I don't know like any other American cartoons that do anything even close to anime at this point.
They don't. That's the thing. They don't.
It's also the fact that, like, you look at American cartoons, there's very few that are adult oriented. And, you know, if they had something like, you know, all the cartoons are done for like maybe you're 9 years old. I mean, like when I'm watching a show, like I just finished, you know, I was watching Full Metal Alchemist Conqueror Shambhala earlier today. Like, I'm 28. I feel that I can watch that and it's serious enough that I don't feel like it's beneath me. I don't feel like it's a 5-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't feel disrespected.
It's that, and also I feel like I belong. I feel like if I'm 40, I can watch it. And with a lot of anime, I feel that way. Even with like a shonen anime, I feel like I'm appropriate aged for it. And that's the thing about anime, is that I feel like there's a much wider range, you know,
Mm.
versus watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Nickelodeon. You know, I feel that it's not an appropriate age for me. Or even watching Pokemon right now, like, come on. Yeah, if it's definitely geared towards an 8, 9, maybe a 10-year-old. It's not geared to a 28-year-old, while anime is closer to my age. Maybe a certain anime is geared to being 16, but it's at least closer to me being 28, you know, versus me being 8 years old. I mean,
a lot of animes are definitely ageless. It's just like, no, you need to hit a hunch in the head. Like, I'm 26, I can watch this and not feel like I should be 12.
yeah, like you don't feel when you're watching Naruto that you don't belong.
Yeah.
Like some episodes you do, like when Naruto passes gas and Kiba, and that's what kills him in the Chunin exam. That's just a gag joke, but that's still funny to me because fart jokes and dick jokes are hilarious.
They're all reliable.
But I understand that is aimed at a 9-year-old. That's not aimed at a 28-year-old. But then when Naruto's fighting Sasuke, it's the idea that that's a very serious situation.
Yeah,
and
shit got real. I'll be 58 going, holy fuck, this is incredible.
And look, I mean, I don't know if you've ever had a serious disagreement. I'm having an issue with a friend of mine right now, and I don't know if we're still friends, and I get it, and I can draw parallels to that scene.
Yeah.
Meaning that if me and him were real ninjas and we had chakra and we had jutsus, this is how that fight would go.
Yeah.
I don't know who would win.
Yeah,
I don't know who
exactly.
would be who, but there would be serious consequences. That's what it feels like to me at the very least. I know it sounds a little bit corny, but I can relate to that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a certain point, sometimes you got to throw fists at people to some degree. You feel like you need to.
Yep. Sometimes the boys just gotta throw hands, and then you boys again afterwards. This is how it is. That's just how guys are. But all right, most underrated anime of all time.
Oh man, this is tough. I don't know. This is you know what is probably I think Voltron. I'm gonna go with Voltron, old school Voltron.
Okay. Most overrated.
Oh man, that's tough. I think Yu-Gi-Oh. I really do.
Really? And you know what? No, fuck you. You're wrong. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. All right, the first two.
No, fine.
Up until
fine.
when
I'll
they go
revise.
I'll give you a caveat. Up until they go into Kaiba's dad's stupid like virtual computer reality, it's flawless. It's amazing. After that, dog shit. Absolute garbage.
I mean, there's a few that are overrated by far. I definitely think that, you know, that's part of it. I think that, you know, to some degree, Pokemon after a while becomes overrated.
Yeah. It's in all defense, anyone who is a massive fan of anime, if I ask them the most overrated, 9 times out of 10, they'll say Yu-Gi-Oh. They'll say Yu-Gi-Oh. So I'll let that one slide. All right, final question for anime: dub or sub?
Oh man, I'm a subtitle guy because it's just faster, and that doesn't mean I don't appreciate dubs. But also dubs have gotten a lot better in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
it used to be bad. You go back to early 2000s, it was bad. And it also was bad how it was released, and it was a messed up art. And also, I use Crunchyroll, and with new shows, they get them an hour later, and it's subtitled. And that's the thing too, is that if I want speed, certain things, and now the US is about 3 weeks late, which is a lot better than a year late. But it's the idea that it's I just want to watch it immediately, and I just want to watch the show, and I want to enjoy it. And so that's why I'm a subtitle guy. I just also am accustomed to it.
I put subtitles on American shit like all the time. I put subtitles on everything.
It makes it so much easier.
It does. I've been doing that since I was a kid, like with my DVDs. Ever since I was a kid, I watched everything with subtitles, and it's the habit I picked up, and I don't lose. Like unless I'm watching something live or something that was previously live, subtitles are on there. Like I prefer dub is because it's easier. But if subs available, if the subs are the only thing that's available, it's on a break for me. Like I'm watching the original Dragon Ball, it's only available in sub, so I'll watch it in sub.
Also, though, if you have the choice and something like Dragon Ball Z versus sub or dub, I'm gonna pick dubbed. I'm going to probably be starting Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. There's an option for dub or sub. I'm probably going to pick the dub version just because it's an option, but most things that I watch, there's no option.
Yeah.
And it's also just, if I have to pick, I'm going to watch the dubbed. But also like my eyes just now gradually just pick up and like I'm like, it's like I'm doing it subconsciously. It's so weird. It's a weird habit because I've been watching anime for almost 9 years with subtitles, and I thought I was never going to do it. It's weird when how you develop a habit. It's so interesting.